Hello everyone, my name is Shane, and in this video, we're going to be checking out the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. This tablet is available for pre-order at the time of this video. I'll have some links in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. The retail price is $1,200. It comes in two different colors. We have beige and this graphite color we're going to be checking out here today. It comes in three different configurations, have 256 gigabytes of storage and 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is what we have here, 512 gigabytes of storage, which is a free upgrade during the pre-order phase, and up to 1 terabyte with 16 gigabytes of RAM. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. Shout out to Samsung for sending out this review unit ahead of time. Inside the box, we have our very thin tablet. This is a very light box for as big of a tablet as we have here. Also love to see here that we still get the S Pen included in the box. Love to see that. We have what looks like a pretty lengthy USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable. We have a SIM ejection tool for the micro SD card slot. And we have a little paperwork here, but that's all that's inside the box. Let's go ahead and check out the star of the show here, the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. All right, after 10 or so stickers to remove, we can now take our first look at the Tab S9 Ultra. Absolutely loving the clean slate design and look here. We of course have the new camera design here at the top compared to the Tab S8 Ultra. Have those cameras out and exposed, consistently designed with Samsung's other camera arrays. As you can see here on my Flip 5, it's pretty much the exact same setup. In addition to the camera array area, the S Pen slot is also more grayed out, more consistent with the actual color of the tablet. And even though these are both labeled as graphite on Samsung's website, there does seem to be a bit of change of color here. It's a bit of a lighter gray on this new graphite Tab S9 Ultra. But we still have here what feels like a very solid tablet, and it's still super thin at 5.5 millimeters of thickness. It is a very thin tablet, which does a great job to account for it being so large so that it still feels like a tablet that you can take around with you on the go. On the top of the tablet, we have our power button, our volume rockers, we have two mics, and we have our micro SD card slot, which will let you add up to 1 terabyte of storage. On our right side, we have two of our 4 speakers. We have our Type-C port capable of 45 watts super fast charging. On the bottom, we have our connector pins and some connection points for our keyboards and accessories. And then we have our 2 other speakers and 1 additional mic. But let's go ahead and boot up the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra and take a look at this mammoth display. And here is our first look at the 14.6 inch display. This is the same display size as on the Tab S8 Ultra. And then of course what's happening on the inside is one of the more major changes coming to this Tab S9 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. We also have an updated GPU, the Adreno 740. But so we're not all staring at a white screen, I'm gonna go ahead, put my information into this tablet, gonna use it for the day, and I'll come back with my first impressions on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. All right, so it's been a couple of days now since I first got my hands on this Tab S9 Ultra, and I'm definitely ready to share some of my first impressions with you guys. So starting with the biometrics, getting into the tablet, the fingerprint sensor on the right-hand side works great, gets you in very consistently. And once you get the muscle memory, you can just lay your thumb right in that area of the sensor and it'll get you in without having to wait for the icon or anything. Really easy to get into this tablet. And then we also have face recognition, which also gets you into the tablet very quickly here. Unlocks super fast and reliably. Either way you choose to get into this tablet is going to get you in super quick. But I definitely want to preface before getting deeper into this video, this is a very similar tablet to what we had with the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. There are some differences between these two tablets that I definitely want to share with you guys in this video. So focusing our attention back on the star of the show here, the Tab S9 Ultra, our screen size is unchanged. It's at 14.6 inches. We have the same 420 nits of brightness as far as your standard content goes. I put these side by side on the kitchen counter and saw that the brightness is exactly the same on these. Now, apparently Samsung's Vision Booster has come to this Tab S9 Ultra, which should give you a brighter screen if you are out in direct sunlight. But I will say, I just went out before filming this video. I had the Tab S8 and S9 Ultra side by side in direct sunlight for a few minutes, and I didn't notice the Tab S9 Ultra's screen getting any brighter better by any means, so maybe this is a feature that still has yet to come to the tablet. But an actual difference I did notice with the displays is that there's less flickering going on the Tab S9 Ultra compared to the Tab S8 Ultra. Might be hard to pick up here, but you can see the screen refreshing a lot here. You don't see this in person necessarily. There is always that factor of screen flickering and things like that does bother people's eyes. Now here on the Tab S9 Ultra, I have not seen nearly as much of that kind of refreshing of the screen going on. I don't think we're going to have to worry about as many flickering issues and things. Another nice little quality of life touch is we can now charge the S Pen on both sides of the tablet. I feel like this should have been a thing on all Samsung tablets ever, but we can now charge the S Pen both directions. So when you have this tablet facing towards you and you go to charge it up, you don't have to remember which way does it go. You can see it's going to charge that way. And I can also flip it over to the other way and attach it, and it'll also charge that way too. So really nice that we have that little added functionality. Another update and upgrade that came out of left field. I was not expecting this at all. We now have IP68 water and dust resistance on these tablets. It's such a nice quality of life upgrade. It doesn't necessarily have to be to the extremes of, oh, my tablet got caught out in the rain or I dropped it in a creek or something. It's more so in the average everyday. We can have the tablet near us by the sink and not have to worry about touching the screen if our hands are wet or something, or if we want to use the tablet in the bathroom, we don't have to worry about any sort of water coming into contact with these very expensive tablets. Now, the next big update and upgrade coming to this Tab S9 Ultra are the 20% larger speakers. At least that's what Samsung claims. But when I compared my Tab S8 Ultra side by side with the S9 Ultra, there's actually one extra speaker hole on the Tab S9 Ultra, so there's 12 instead of 11. I did a lot of side-by-side testing to figure out what is actually different here, and my initial verdict is that 20% larger speakers doesn't necessarily equate to 20% better speakers. They are definitely louder, especially vocals and songs come out way louder on this Tab S9 Ultra versus the Tab S8 Ultra, but the speakers on the Tab S8 Ultra are perfectly fine as is. But aside from the couple display updates, the IP68 water resistance, the 20% larger speakers, and the S Pen being interchangeable on the back, the biggest change we have coming here to the Tab S9 Ultra is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. Now, as far as just using this tablet on an everyday basis for your average everyday tasks, I didn't notice too much of a performance difference. Opening up any application is going to be super buttery smooth. The multitasking capabilities are great here. It's so easy to just open up various applications, jump into some multitasking, being able to just quickly jump things open into this pop-up view here. There's so much multitasking versatility and capability here, more so on this tablet than really any other tablet I've ever used up to this point in time. So really the main benefit of the processor upgrade in this Tab S9 Ultra is the battery life, which is one area I did have an issue on my Tab S8 Ultra with. I could only get up to 6 hours of screen on time with that previous tablet. But now when I put this Tab S9 Ultra through its paces, I was able to get 7.5 hours of screen on time in my very first full battery charge. Mind you, the device is still learning my usage patterns. I was using the tablet in a ton of different ways to prepare for this video, as far as testing out the cameras, testing out the screen at maximum brightness, testing out the speakers at max volume, doing a lot of multitasking, doing some gaming, doing some productivity. So to get an hour and a half of extra battery life on a tablet that is the same size, same form factor, same battery capacity, it is super impressive. I cannot stress enough how happy I am to see the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Now, as far as the cameras go, we have our new design here of the two camera lenses on the back, the standard lens and the wide angle lens. And then we have a dual lens setup as well on the front of this tablet. But starting with the back, to me, this is honestly just a serviceable camera at best. It gets the job done if you want to snap a picture or something, or a quick video around the house. I could film in up to 4K 30 on this rear camera. Taking a quick look at the video quality here on the front-facing camera of the Tab S9 Ultra, this is filming in 4K 30 resolution, and the thing I love about these cameras on the front the most is that in real time, we can switch to the wide angle lens, and this is a great wide angle lens. This gives you so much room here to work with, and the tablet is not even positioned that far away from me, so this is a great vantage point for all of your video conferences and calls and things like that. I do wish this camera could film in 60 frames, but we only have 720p, 1080p, and 4K at 30 frames per second. But with that said, the 4K 30 definitely gets the job done. Very happy with the video quality here on the Tab S9 Ultra. But aside from a few new things, this is basically a more ultra version of the previous Tab S8 Ultra, and overall that's a good thing since I've really enjoyed using my Tab S8 Ultra on a day-to-day basis for the past year and a half, and to see my primary concern addressed, which was the battery life and the few quality of life enhancements alongside it. First impressions, I'm very impressed with the Tab S9 Ultra. I think this device encompasses the higher limits of what can be done on a Samsung tablet here in 2023. Personally, I am over the days of trying to use Samsung DeX on a 10.5-inch screen tablet, reminiscing back to the Galaxy Tab S6 days. I am so glad that Samsung has continued with this larger screen size because personally, I'm able to be a lot more productive and get a lot more things done on this 14.6-inch tab compared to the smaller size tablets. So if it hasn't been made clear already, since the Tab S8 Ultra was in my daily rotation for the past year and a half, this Tab S9 Ultra is definitely going to be replacing it. I love having that extra battery life. I can use this for an entire day without having to worry about charging it back up. I'm going to be trading in this Tab S8 Ultra for, I think, $675 to Samsung to trade in towards the S9 Ultra that I purchased myself. And I'll also have an exclusive $50 off voucher included in that link below. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the Shane Simons YouTube channel today, since next video we're going to be checking out the official case lineup for this Tab S9 Ultra. I know it's a lot for the camera here, but we have a ton of new case options here for this Tab S9 Ultra. I've already been using the book cover keyboard. We have a new origami style cover. We have some entirely new accessories like this privacy screen. There's lots of accessories to check out here that couldn't fit into this video, so definitely subscribe for that. I'll also have some videos of the Fold and Flip 5 somewhere around here. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.